Hey guys, my name is Ashanti and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be discussing this upcoming Mercury retrograde. And the only reason why I'm doing a video on Mercury retrograde is because it is a great time to reflect on your life, maybe the last 5 to 10 years. But during the retrograde season, it's a great time to look at past decisions, just your past in general. So, and it's also a good time to start to recreate a whole new life. So, during this time, use your mind to be creative, think of your wildest dreams, and meditate on them. Let your intuition guide you down the right path. Exercise, guys. Move your body, get that energy flowing. Eat plenty of good green vegetables and drink plenty of water. Now, I've told you guys before that I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in the last 3 or 4 years. But if you guys still eat meat, that's perfectly fine. Just try to limit the amount of meat intake you have. And also remember to breathe. So breathing is so important. Most of us just breathe just to live. But there's also breathing techniques that calms the body, soothes the soul, and releases stress and anxiety. So what you want to do is take a deep breath from your navel. Hold it in for a few seconds and then release it. You can do this as many times as you need to. I would recommend at least 5-6 times a day, or even just, once an hour. So, most of us are usually awake about 10-12 hours a day. Maybe take 10-12 good deep breaths and release that pent up energy that you're holding in. Also, another thing you can do is take a nice, soothing, warm bath. I don't say hot because sometimes hot can be a little uncomfortable if the water is too hot. So you want to make it a nice, warm temperature, make it warm enough that you'll be comfortable sitting in there, but not too hot to where, you start sweating and you just want to get out. Put some nice flowers in there, maybe some rose petals, some essential oils of your choice. Also put a couple tablespoons of baking soda, because that draws out the toxins in your body. And also put some Epsom salt in there, because that's going to help you relax your muscles, and that's also going to help with releasing toxins. Next thing you want to do is get the proper amount of rest. Guys, it's so important, A, to drink plenty of water, and 2, to get your rest. I know you want to be up late watching Netflix or catching up on your shows that you missed, but it's important for you to get the proper amount of rest, because what you're doing is you're borrowing time from the following day. So if you stay up too late, that means you won't be able to get up at a good, decent hour the following day, because your body will still be tired and trying to recuperate from you being up all night the night before. So try to get, a nice, good amount of rest during the night, not during the day. During the day, you should be up and out and living your life and being free and happy. Taking a walk, that's another good thing. If you feel anxious and, you just got a lot of pent up energy, you can always take, a nice 15-20 minute stroll. Just, remember to breathe while you're walking. Breathe deep, like I just showed you, while you're walking. And also, when you exercise, guys, that also releases a lot of pent up energy, and it helps to regulate your system. So definitely either a nice, 20-30 minute stroll, or 15 if that's all you got in you, And also, exercise. Find a nice little exercise video and just, try to follow along until you're able to do it without the video. Because we should be exercising every day. And I know most people are like, oh yeah, I walk to my car. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, an intentional walk. Put your sneakers on and just, get the step and clear your mind. It is good for you. I do it all the time. Oh, and another thing, tap into your creativity. Now, there's a lot of creative things out here nowadays besides our phones. I know everybody is glued to their phones, but let me tell you, there's a lot of other creative things you could be doing. I did a project. I'll put a picture in the video later. But there's all types of, you can color, paint, there's puzzles, there's, drawing, if you like to draw. There's so many creative things that you probably has just pushed down, inside of yourself that you used to love to do as a child. Do some meditation, tap into that and figure out, oh yeah, I used to love to put together model cars, or I love train sets, or I loved going, to the park and just watching the water. I love to fish. There's so many things to do that are stress relievers, because Mercury retrograde is tough. There's going to be a lot of things that come up that, you might not want to look at or deal with. So I'm just giving you these tools and tips so that you will have something to refer back to if you do have things that come up, that are tough to deal with. Let's see. And this should be enough to get you started with, just relaxing and taking care of yourself, showing yourself some self-love and just loving all on yourself. And then I want you to do something for yourself. You know what's coming. Like I said in the beginning, I want you to reflect on the last 5 to 10 years of your life. Just do a little, checkup from the neck up or checkup from the neck down. Just do a whole body check. How about that? Ask yourself these 5 questions. And these are my questions. You could come up with your own questions. I'm just giving you something to get you started. But I want you to really ask yourself these questions deeply, not, just surfacely, not just, as your ego. Don't ask these questions to your ego. Ask these questions of your soul, because your ego is going to take you on a trip. But the point is because it's Mercury retrograde season, and this is the perfect time to revisit, the last 5 to 10 years of your life. And you also it's a good time to do some clearing. So the first question I want you to ask yourself, your soul self, not your ego self: who am I? Now, you don't have to answer all these questions in one day. You can take a week, a month, a year, however long it takes, but I want you to start now. And I just want you to ask yourself that first question and dig deep. Who are you? I'm not talking about what you do for work. I'm not talking about how many children you have. I'm not talking about, your spouse. I'm not talking about what kind of car you drive. Who are you at a soul level? That's what I want you to ask. The second question is, because some of you might have already answered that question, and ready to move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, am I living authentically? That means, am I still wearing a mask in public, hiding myself, acting like I'm not who I am inside? Are you doing that? Are you people pleasing? Are you being codependent? Or are you living your life authentically, saying, hey, this is me, like it or not, I'm not changing. This is who I am. This is who I was called to be, and this is who I'm going to continue to be. As long as you're not hurting anybody or, that kind of stuff. But I mean, just your authentic self. Who are you authentically? And are you living that authentic life? The next one I have, number 3, is do I have any unhealed traumas? Are you still dealing with unhealed traumas? Now, I can tell you, I've been on this journey for years, and I still find unhealed trauma. And I don't know it's there until I'm triggered. But once I'm triggered, that's my opportunity to heal it. So I'm not mad at triggers. I like triggers because that shows me what I still need to work on. Question number 4. Am I living or am I existing? Now, living is being on a routine. Existing is just being on a routine. You get up, you shower, you go to work, you eat lunch, you come home, you make dinner, you watch TV, you go to sleep, you get up the next day, and you do it all over again. Living is expressing who you are authentically. And there's no routine to that, because at any moment, you can change because you're being your authentic self. One day you might not like something, the next day you might. That's you discovering who you are. Question number 5. Am I willing to love myself enough to do the healing work? If I do still have unhealed traumas, do I love myself enough to do the healing work? Because this is going to benefit you first. It might benefit the people that's around you as well, but it's going to benefit you first. That inner peace comes to you, and then you spread the inner peace. So you doing the work is for you. Now, are you willing to do the work to heal and to have inner peace? Those are things that I would like you guys to work on during this Mercury retrograde and onward. So if you get into this process and you feel like, okay, you're gaining momentum, you're making progress, you're healing traumas, keep going. Come up with 5 more questions that you want to ask yourself. But in the meantime, I will be doing some healing work myself. So I will probably see you guys after the retrograde. But maybe not. I might pop in before it's over. I think it ends June the 22nd. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. And if you want to know more about the retrograde, I suggest you go online and look up some astrology websites. And if you want to know all about the planets and everything, I'm just telling you, giving you points to deal with it the way that I deal with it. And also, there's meditation music, that'll help you meditate, concentrate. Also yoga, that also relaxes you. So during Mercury retrograde, you always want to stay centered, just so your emotions don't fly off the handle and cause destruction. So I thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye.